welcome to this week's Foundation Friday. I am joined today by Hugh Swandell, President of Meridian OneCap Credit. Thanks for joining me, Hugh.
You're welcome.
And we're here to talk today in regards to a benefit concert that that you put on back in February of this year in a nice warm location in February. I know this is not typically how these formats work here on these Foundation Fridays, but love the work that you and the Meridian OneCap team did to put on that benefit concert. So we just kind of want to talk through, why'd you put on the concert? Kind of what was the money raised for, Hugh, and how'd it go?
Yeah, thanks. It kind of goes back a long way. I no longer live in Winnipeg where we held the show, and it was unseasonably warm, probably about 15 degrees. So that was a nice break for all of us. With my being raised there, I was involved with a band, not as a musician, but we've always used any occasion to raise money and have a show. So we did that with OneCap. As everybody knows, the war in the Ukraine has displaced a massive number of people. In our company, we had two different employees who literally, in one case, flew to Poland, convinced their relatives to cross the border into Poland. They were, close to the start of the war. And in the second case, the family had learned, unfortunately, that their relatives got to Poland, but were in a refugee camp for a long time. In both cases, they got them over to Canada, and very common scenario now, you're suddenly adding, 2 or more people into your home, which is a huge change just in terms of space. And these are people who been through a lot, and financially it has an impact. So we took the opportunity to raise funds to support those two families and the refugees that joined them.
And so you put on this concert. What was the main band? Fuse?
The band's called The Fuse. Yeah, they friends of mine. They've been playing. Okay. I always say they were almost famous. So they had record deals and recorded, still to this day record some great music. Really a lot of loyal fans. So we sold out the show relatively quickly. And then we went to our community, the equipment finance community, and said, look, here's what we're doing. We can only raise, so much money with ticket sales. If you're interested in sponsoring, all that money goes to these families. And that's where we, increased the amount we raised dramatically. There's probably 15, 20 different equipment finance companies that chipped in, including from the legal community, the software community, insurance community. The drill. There's just a lot of great people who are happy to support good causes. So it's a great part of this industry.
No, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I've gotten to understand even more over the last couple of years with the EF Cares is just traditionally people that you think, maybe they're not really interested in this. Like, oh yeah, no, what are we doing? Who are we supporting? What's it for? And that's one of the reasons that we do these recordings and put them on the monitor too, Hugh.
Yeah, I can say, rarely have I ever had anyone say no. And if they do say no, it's usually because they've already been involved with that cause and have another stream of funds going into that charity. It's not because they don't want to participate. So I think you guys should, you're shining a light on something that's existed for a long time, but you're giving it a focus. And I've always known the community to be amazingly generous at supporting charities and causes, and it's great to see it sort of get a bit of focus and remind people that the broader collective is a fantastic group. It's a great industry to be part of.
Absolutely. And what was I guess the general consensus from the OneCap team or just the people that went to the concert?
Yeah, so for the OneCap people who were able to attend, it was a great evening. And anytime you can sell out a show, everybody's more relaxed and the crowd's having a lot of fun. And then,
Sure.
I my demographic, the age of the people attending is getting a little older every year, but because they don't go out that much when everybody gets together, it's a great time. So it was a blast. The band was having a great time. The crowd was large, and yeah, it was just a fun evening.
Now, were you able to go up on stage and show any of your musical talents?
I have very little musical talent, which is, but I did go on stage and embarrass myself at the closing of the show. We closed with a song written by Nick Lowe and made famous by Elvis Costello. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? It seemed appropriate in the relation to the Ukraine. So I did get up at the end. It's kind of a twisted piece of pain, but it was fun. Yeah.
And for those organizations who might not have had the opportunity to make a donation, are you guys still accepting them at this time, or any recommendations if people are looking to help out those employees?
Yeah, it would be difficult now. Just I hate to talk bureaucracy, but we sort of set up a special part of the accounting team to collect the money, and then once it was collected, we get that money out the door as quick as we
Sure.
can, and then
Sure.
sort of shut down that system. But the Ukrainian National Congress in Canada is a great cause, and I'm sure there's a similar Ukrainian group in the U.S. And I Red Cross in general, just what they have to do on the ground in the Ukraine right now is nuts. So all giving is good giving these days, for sure.
I'll make sure I look up those two hyperlinks and put them in the end of the write up here so people
Sure.
can go check that out.
Thank you.
But no, I appreciate your time, Hugh. Look for, hopefully, if this is done again, hopefully I can come up there and make sure I bring a jacket.
Yeah. I think it's why so many great musicians come from Winnipeg is it's cold, so you just jam with your friends in the basement for 5 months of the year, and Neil Young, Bachman Turner Overdrive. There's just a lot of great musicians that come out of the city, and there's something in the water there because there's a lot of talent.
All right, sir. Well, I appreciate your time, Hugh. Thanks again for all the hard work that you're doing. And
Yeah.
we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Percy. Yeah, thank you.